White House today on Gitmo. Sources say the president plans to send some suspected terrorists to this nearly vacant maximum security prison in Illinois, about 150 miles from Chicago. It's the Thomson Correctional Center. Critics say it is the wrong time and the wrong facility. Joining us now, Illinois Congressman, Republican Mark Kirk. Congressman Kirk serves on the powerful House Appropriations Committee. He is against the president's Gitmo plan. He's also seeking President Obama's old seat in the U.S. Senate. Congressman Kirk, the president promised as one of his first acts as president to close Gitmo. You got to hand it to him for following through on his promise, huh?
I'm worried, though, that we're governing by deadline. Almost all of the major questions regarding this transaction have not been answered. Remember, this is a plan to bring 75 of the al-Qaeda core leaders to America's heartland. And according to the president's National Archives address, they will be subject to no civilian or military trial. They're going to be held indefinitely. And for 200 years under our Constitution, the executive branch has been prohibited from holding persons in the United States without charge or trial. He will have to somehow suspend our rights of habeas corpus in the United States in order to hold these detainees.
That was a question I had from an article in the Chicago Tribune this morning. It says the Thomson site could become the location for what the administration calls long-term detainees, the suspects who will remain in custody but are not likely to stand trial. How can you do that in America?
That's right. I don't think you can. Remember, in the end, it's not the president who's in charge here. It's the courts. And for 900 years under UK and American law, the king and the president cannot hold someone indefinitely without charge. This opens up a whole host of court cases in which judges will decide on the fate of the detainees. The much safer policy would be to keep them at Guantanamo Bay. The taxpayer has paid for a $275 million state-of-the-art facility there, and it doesn't present any of the unnecessary security or legal risks that this plan does.
But what do you say to residents of your state who are looking forward to the jobs, a couple of thousand of them maybe as a result?
Well, we are for the Bureau of Prisons filling this empty prison and employing people. The Illinois state prison system is 32% overcrowded. Federal prisons, 30% overcrowded. But that's very different than bringing the al-Qaeda core to Illinois. Under this proposal, we are not closing Gitmo. We're just moving it to America's heartland. And I think that poses an unnecessary risk.
You think it becomes makes your state a magnet for terrorism? Reprisal attacks?
Well, increased attention, and bottom line is this. We need a better jobs program in Illinois than bringing terrorists to the heartland. How about cutting taxes? How about reducing lawsuits? How about removing some of the regulations from our economy, where jobs across the state would be produced, and especially a small business agenda? Agenda seems to be highly speculative. We've received no written response to any of our questions. We're moving ahead to meet a deadline, and I'm worried about the security and legal implications.
Republican Congressman Mark Kirk of Illinois. Thank you.
Thank you.